We're joined today by Hannah Abdessalam, project manager at one of the child caregiver projects. Thank you for joining us, Hannah. Hannah, would you please start by telling us about your career, your education? How did you start this career in caregiving?
Okay, I started off as a teacher, and then I started working in education, training the trainers. I received a vocational qualification in teaching, and that is what made me interested in caregiving in general, which includes teaching and is similar to like a combination of
Child caregiving in Egypt, and what kind of programs are dealing with this section?
There aren't many programs to train caregivers. Actually, this is the first vocational qualification in childcare in Egypt, which is also presented in Arabic. But there are many institutions that deal with childcare. So what we are trying to do is to offer training to the caregivers working in those institutions. These could be orphanages or shelters for street children, as well as schools and nurseries. So it's any facility that offers care to children, whether children in the educational sector or children that are deprived of parental care and stay at an institutional home for children.
How important is it that people working in the child caregiving deal with children on an educational academic basis?
It is extremely important, and it is a very neglected factor. Most people rely on their instincts when dealing with children, or they rely on the way they were brought up themselves, whereas recent research has proven that most of these instinctive actions are actually false. They are not the right way to deal with children.
Right. Before going into more details regarding this point, we'll just go for a short break and we'll be right back. Our topic today is concerned with children and the amount and quality of care that should be given to them on an institutional basis. Caregiver Qualification Program is an international training course that aims to qualify caregivers, social workers, psychologists, supervisors, and managers working in institutional homes for orphans, street children, children with special needs, etc. Also, the program targets caregivers working in nurseries and schools. Such a program is the first vocational qualification in Egypt and the Arab world in this field, accredited internationally. Welcome back, and once again I would like to welcome my guest, Hannah Abdessalam, project manager. Thank you for joining us, Hannah.
Thank you.
Hannah, and back to our discussion, how do you see the importance of working on a specific model in a caregiving program?
Well, the idea is that we don't try to reinvent the wheel. We based our program on the need that has become very obvious through our field work. Our organization focuses on developing the standards of care provided in homes for children who are deprived of parental care. And we have resorted to programs that were offered worldwide,
Right.
because we don't have such a program in Egypt.
Right.
But we also develop these programs in Egypt in the Arabic language and with experts in the field who work in the field of Egypt, so as to make sure that it fits the reality of the ground in Egypt.
Would you give me a brief about this kind of caregiver programs? How does it work? How is it organized internally? On what basis does it work?
Okay, the program is to train everybody working with children from birth till 16 years.
Right.
And it focuses on all sorts of needs. The children for example, like throughout the different age ranges, their physical development, their mental development, their language development, their psychological and emotional, as well as their social development.
Right.
And the program itself takes about 1 year, and then there is a guidance phase for 6 months. It is a vocational qualification, meaning that it is not academic, purely academic. It has a theoretical basis, but the focus is to link the theory with the practice of the workplace. So we work with people who already work with children, and the focus is that they come just once a week, take the training, and they bring it back to the workplace. But we also guide them in the workplace. We visit them there. We also receive guest speakers from various specializations that work with children. And we try as much as possible to focus on workshops, not lectures. And the idea is that people are like the graduates of this qualification program are not supposed to just come out with knowledge. The aim is to change certain perceptions, to give them the necessary knowledge they need, but also develop their skills as caregivers, whether with children or as workers, as employees. For example, also we add trainings for key skills like report writing, self-care, to make sure that one does not burn out in such a challenging profession. And also did I say report writing? Computer skills, presentation skills, how to deal with the colleagues, how to deal as a manager, in a way that you can more easily apply what you have learned in childcare in the context of your institutional home or any childcare facility.
Right. Who are your candidates, your target candidates, and how do you reach out for them?
Okay, we target everyone who works with children, whether they are teachers, supervisors, sociologists, psychologists, managers, or founders of institutional care facilities, whether they are schools, nurseries, or homes for orphans and street children. Our main target, however, because our organization focuses on the quality standards of alternative care for children who are outside parental care, these are our main targets. So we offer, for example, very good scholarships, high scholarships for those who work at homes for children who don't have parents, because this is our main focus.
And how do you reach those children?
We reach the caregivers, we reach out to the institutions. We have a lot of volunteers as well as the external relations unit who focus on outreach. We check where are any institutional homes, any orphanages, and we reach out to them, we build a trust. We offer other trainings as well, because this is a relatively advanced qualification program, but we have other smaller trainings. We build a trust with them, and we hold a lot of orientation sessions for people to understand the importance of investing in the training of caregivers.
And what's the funding source for this kind of program? How do you raise funds? I mean, what's your funding source?
So far, mostly it is based on philanthropists, people who greatly believe in the cause, especially those who are interested in orphans and other marginalized children. Some people understand that training the caregivers is the most important donation to give to a children. It's the most important gift to give to a child who is deprived of parental care. And unfortunately, there's still a lot of change in the perspective that we need to work on in our society, because most people focus on investing in sweets and other physical donations like clothes and food, which is extremely important, but a lot of people don't understand that it takes another step, a further step, to focus on the emotional and psychological and social development of these children before they graduate at the age of 18 or 21, and then they are expected to be well-functioning parts of the society.
Right. Were there any restrictions in applicants, whether age, education, whatever? I mean, any kind of restrictions in choosing your applicants?
Well, I can't call them restrictions.
I mean, did you have a selection criteria?
Definitely, we had selection criteria. The age does not